I start off by looking at the concept art and then take other references from inspirations and vibes that I think best suit the character. I will have these on screen when developing a model if I need them. So for the Leech, I took inspiration from maggots, larvae, and earthworms. I am definitely someone that needs music when they're working, and I like it to match the vibe of whatever it is that I am creating. So Istasha has been on repeat, and a lot of YouTube videos about horror ARGs to get me in the headspace. I start blocking out in Maya with the biggest, most important shapes first. This makes the silhouette as clear as possible and helps me later when it comes to working on the details of the creature. As I work on the initial blockout, I ensure to maintain consistency, thinking about the anatomy of the creature I am sculpting, preparing the model for how I will paint it later. I think about how the creature will move, how they will be animated, and for this I know it's important to keep the loops and topology very clean, as I do not want our riggers and animators to cry. Speaking of animators, it is important that I don't only follow the concept artist's direction, but keep in communication with the animators as well. It's important that my topology matches correctly, as they are the ones adding the movement to my models. For the Leech specifically, I used curves and the sweep mesh option to create the tentacles at the front of its face. I knew we needed to give them blend shapes afterwards, and curves made editing them a little bit easier. I say a little bit since low poly and animated curves combined are evil. They're not very fun to do. After working on the tentacles for a little while, making them as perfect as I can, they were done. The shapes blend and you can now make the worm wiggle. Once the base model was done, I had to turn my model into your grandma's next sewing pattern. It was time for UV unwrapping. The OG Leech model had very visible seams on the eyes when imported into Substance Painter, so it meant that I had to go in and redo some of the UVs. I messed around a bit trying to find the best solution and ended up hiding the seams behind the skin I flapped. After stitching away, the UVs were ready for painting in Substance. I treated the model like a traditional canvas, starting with the base colors and then slowly going in with more detail. Midtones, darks, texture, highlights, adjusting hues, yada yada. You have to remember texturing in low poly models. It is important as this is what gives basic models an extra dimension. Artificial shadows and reflections allow for the models to look believable no matter the lighting setup. These models are simple, which means that they're very relaxing to work on. I only have to worry about the base color and emissive textures. However, it's good to take a step back from your work sometimes. Take a break and review the model later. You might notice some mistakes until looking at it with a fresh set of eyes. When I took a break from the Leech model, on returning to work on it, I noticed that I needed to add more contrast. I didn't realize how much the colors were blending into one another until I took a break and revised the model. Now, we have the creepy Leech, crawling horror for Teddy to defeat.